Florida at Texas, it's an SEC matchup. Still feels weird to say that. I know we're almost all the way through 2024. It still feels weird to say so and so at Texas SEC matchup, but it is. Texas 21.5 point favorites here. Over under is set at 47.5. Vegas is telling you something with this line, and what they are telling you is that Florida has got a quarterback problem, and it's not good. You've got your top two options at quarterback have went down, presumably for the season. I know Graham Mertz has fully just retired from football at this point. So you can rule him out of the equation, obviously, with that bad knee injury he had. And then Lagway this past weekend, I'm pretty sure that he either partially or fully tore his hamstring. It's what it looked like to me on the screen. His foot slipped. I saw that muscle contract into a ball. That's usually a good sign that something snapped and curled up in there, right? Certainly wasn't a cramp as he was carried off the field and put on a cart and everything. So, with all that being said, Aiden Warner's not going to be able to get it done against this Texas defense, Mason. What's the status with the running backs for Florida? When is he coming back? He was in street clothes over there for the Georgia game. Do you have any idea?
Yeah.
When he...
Yeah, not sure. It seems like he's inching his way back into playing. We're talking about Montreal Johnson, of course, the leading rusher for this Gators football team. I don't know if it matters much though. I mean, I saw some good things from Jacoby Jackson. I saw some good things from Jaden Baugh against Georgia, the true freshman. Montreal Johnson gives you a boost, certainly, right? But we're talking about a running back, possibly coming back. Not the quarterback. We're talking about a running back. Does Eugene Wilson come back? That's a big player there that could help out a quarterback as well. I don't know. I don't have an injury.
Let us know in the
report or
comment
anything
section,
like
guys.
that. Yeah. I'm anxious to see. That's the biggest question for me for Florida in this football game. I mean, we had this game circled last week. Before the Georgia Florida game was played, we certainly thought Lagway was going to be playing in this one, and thought this was a potential upset game for Texas. Now that's not looking to be the case, but Aiden Warner getting snaps with the ones all week in practice. Does he find some momentum? Do they build a game plan around Aiden Warner and try to maybe create some trick plays and things like that? I mean, that's the type of football game that Florida's going to need in order to beat Texas, to beat the Texas defense. I think that Florida's defense is going to hold up pretty well. I do think that this will be a little bit of a football game there in the first quarter, and then maybe the second quarter things start to kind of slip away. I feel like Texas is going to win this and potentially cover. That's a huge spread. I think I would stay away from that just because we've seen the Texas offense sputter throughout the season, really. But Florida's offense is just absolutely banged up, and I don't have any other way to put it at this point. Without a quarterback, down to your third string quarterback, it's going to be really tough to win at Texas. Nonetheless, I don't really like this look for the Gators now.
Yeah, man, it's going to be tough to do it with the third string quarterback, and not to mention, I felt bad for the guy this past week. I mean, he got thrown into a situation against Georgia that it was a hill that was insurmountable to pass for him. And this Texas secondary is, I think it's better than Georgia's at this point. I think the Texas secondary is really good. But I also think that Texas is going to give up some yards on the ground. I think Florida will be able to run it a little bit, but there's no guessing what this Florida team's going to do. You know what they're going to do, right? And there's not a Herschel Walker, at running back for Florida, right? There's not a, there's none of that. There's not a Reggie Bush or something, man. I mean, there's not a Ashton Genty. So if Texas knows what's coming, and they do, are they able to stop it? I think so. 21.5 is a big spread for a conference game, but in this situation, I think that it's adequate and necessary. I think Texas definitely wins this thing by at least 3 touchdowns. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not able to cream Florida pretty good there in Austin, as it will be a home game for Texas.